Welcome back to the No Presgrove case. As said, we're continuing on from the poll that I did last night to do with the recent themes of JJ Bumpass and Travis Monson. Majority of people wanted to see a follow-up of the comment section here. And granted, we did do that last night, but look at the comments. They have shot up drastically. It was Vanessa last night that mentioned about the increase. So I thought I'd take a look and see what else has been said, because there's some heavy paragraphs and some interesting talk, and not everyone has access to it. That's why I'm presenting it to you today. Take in consideration that I may have uploaded a video already, and if not, it'll be after this. If it has already been uploaded, it'll be earlier on. Be sure to check it out. You'll find some links top right corner of the screen right now near the I symbol. Click on that and you'll find the full playlist with all the videos there and the most recent video that I've done. And for anyone that is watching, whether this is a live premiere or not, if so, there'll be a live chat on the right hand side. Let me know your reactions. And for anyone else watching on catch up and anyone that watches till the end of this video, because it's worth doing so, let me know your thoughts. Have they changed or not in the comment section? You'll also find a pinned comment by me with additional links if you do want to support this channel. With that all being said, let's get straight into the comments. So, as for some of them, we will skip. So like the Damon Dillon thread, because we have pretty much looked at that, unless there is a follow-up, because I think on the Damon Dillon one, there was like a handful of responses. Now it's shot up to 73, which is absolutely crazy. It's crazy how like my video indirectly has led to so many discussions popping up. So I'm just going to glance through it because we have checked this out already. I don't want to keep repeating it, but if you do want to pause the video, you can do so, okay? So what do we have? No, I didn't attend the party. Yeah, drive, seen that. You don't have to be friends. Yeah, we saw that one. Taco Bell. No wonder you can message me. Problems with the messengers. Oh yeah, all the caps lock. We saw that as well. If you asked me the question, yeah, we've seen that. As I've seen Travis proof, I can clear Colton and Travis and can clarify they were. Taco Bell, we've seen that. Try and get a hold of the proof. But did we ever get that? We'll see. Yeah, that was the last one by Laura, what we saw last night. Tiffany says exactly. I was actually trying to explain that just because your friend... Yeah, we've seen that one, actually. So you're stating Travis and Colton were together. Question. Thanks for confirming what we already knew. Second, if Travis showed you proof he was not at the party, proof show us. Vanessa says to Damon, but I thought you saw the proof. Vanessa says, interesting, just because he says so, it's true. Sherry, sorry, but if Noah was your best friend as you claim, where does that leave Jack Newton, whom everyone claims was Noah's best friend? Now, you can have more than one best friend, best friends with an S, but because this Damon character hasn't showed up until now, it does make you think, why this late? If you are a best friend, you would have been more active earlier on. You would have spoken out much earlier on. To just come out of the woodwork now is a bit odd. If you're some long estranged friend from way back in the past and you've only just heard about it, maybe there's exceptions. But if you are the best friend or a best friend, to be silent for this long is a bit questionable. Anyway, what else do we have? Depending on who's driving, that's in next County North, good 30 minutes or more. I don't have any mean to be rude or non-caring, just simply trying to weed out people. Oh, here we go. Vanessa's got some key comments here. Let's make this plain and simple. Please, with all due respect, stop making a fool of yourself. You are sticking up for Travis and others when, 1, you were not in contact with them that night. 2, you were not at the party at all. 3, you say you saw proof from Travis. So okay, show us Travis proof after all you saw it, right? 4, he and Colton now confirmed by yours truly were at Taco Bell the entire night. Question. Taco Bell closes at 4 in the morning, so really perhaps a better story should have been made. 5, it's just funny how some people that have zero proof from you nor JJ believe you. Perhaps because he is a kid too many, but those who have seen the photos and videos that show arrest are underway. I was shown a screenshot where your buddy JJ Bump Ass calls Caden Pressy's friend Kobe Aragon a pedo. Those are serious accusations there. Being that I speak with several people of the law, they informed if the allegation is true, then your homeboy bump ass is protecting a child molester. Do you know what that would mean? If not, look it up. We both know bump ass is mad and frustrated and is accusing Kobe and doing whatever he can as far as calling many of us worthless losers because he got caught. Don't be that guy, Damon, and save yourself before you get wrapped up into a sinkhole. So I just want to ask a quick question right now, and if anyone can answer it, leave it down below in the comment section. It was only recent time, with the exception of the odd individual in the background, it's only recent time I've heard of JJ Bumpass and Travis. Saw the odd photo of Travis in the past, but I didn't think much of it because I don't think the name was exactly mentioned. Back then people were saying, who's that guy? He looks like he's from the party. And then Travis' name came about. But when I started hearing the name Travis, I got mixed up with the other Travis, the dodgy person, because the last name wasn't provided. But it is now TM, Travis Monson. So I'm catching up. But my main question is, I've not seen those type of people on the army page. I've not seen JJ or Travis or those people or Colton gaslighting Caden Pressy's timeline. Where did that take place? I know on the Sofa Sleuth page, you had Stevie Howard supposedly, Sarah Long, and maybe some others trying to discredit Caden or tell him that he's wrong. Those screenshots were reposted elsewhere, whether that be the army page or more so Reddit. I was able to see it firsthand myself, despite not being within that group. So if JJ has been calling out Caden, discrediting and doing whatnot, supposedly, and anyone else, where did that happen? On what page? Can anyone explain down below? That would be very helpful. The only other thing, and it is a bit of a viewer request, there was some people in the chat last night that wanted to hear the name pronounced in a Valley Girl voice for whatever reason. So I'm going to do that right now. So we're dealing with JJ Bump Ass. Oh my God, Bump Ass, we ain't playing around. No. Obviously the voice is a little bit subdued from all the talking last night. But we'll see. Lara or Laura? Either way. Laura, yeah. No more corrections. I ate the subway on our way to Missouri. Maybe it was... What the hell? Amanda. What is on the video or photos? Seems like there may be some truth to Dina Rose's post. I was skeptical because she couldn't give proof, but I keep seeing that there is a video and a photo. Any explanations? Vanessa. And last thing you claim, you were Noah's best friend. I think Jack was, of course, not truly a friend, but you catch my drift. Also, Noah even had JJ Bump Ass as his friend, and everyone, even those not close to him, but yet somehow, some way, you never in his friends at all. Not one photo, and being that you seem active on TikTok, it just seems a bit odd that you aren't even in a comment or anything that shows you as his best friend. And if you were a friend, I can only feel sorry for him more. Another backstabber who protects those who hurt him and yet claims I was not there. I didn't go to the party, basically no involvement, yet you're willing to put your hands in the fire for your homies well in advance. To those who will jump on me defending this person, take a seat, and while I respect your views, I won't back down mine. Anybody can be Noah's best friend after his death. Not one photo or anything posted about Noah till he passed. Yeah, he's the guy's bestie, makes it make sense. I mean, yeah, you can associate yourself with someone after the death. So when it's too late, when someone has died, whether they've been killed or it's self-inflicted, kind of like the school shooter situation at times where someone may get revenge and they may take it out on themselves as well. And then some people from the school say, oh my God, if I was there, I would have been his friend. I would have stopped it. No, you wouldn't. Cut that shit out. You're only saying it now because it sounds positive and you can gain favour from it. I've seen it many times in the past. Vanessa, please DM me. So horrific those who saw the video have thrown up. So this is supposedly in relation to the video of Noah's death. Vanessa is saying that people who have seen the video have thrown up or nearly have. So it sounds pretty extreme. But has Vanessa seen the video herself? Amanda, can you share what others know as well? Vanessa says, it will come out soon as arrests are made. Due to the content, I was told the LE wants to wait till then. I understand people not wanting to believe without proof, but I say then the same. Don't believe them without proof either. It goes both ways. Those who saw it, I trust, very reputable. I mean, in the Dylan Rounds case, there seemed to be a level of confidence and certainty, and it ended up backfiring, but I don't think the link was with the police knowing about it or having details of it. But then again, it's happened a long time ago. Maybe some people tried making links to the police knowing stuff, and in the end it was a load of lies. Time will tell, obviously, in this case with this situation. I do find it interesting how they said a step closer to the truth some months ago in the People article when they interviewed the family. And then a few months later, with the Last Partners in True Crime podcast, Ashley Chadwick, Robin Smith said, we've not heard any updates from the case from the police, no big leads, nothing. Unless they were just saying that publicly because they were told to keep quiet and told to, lower the heat levels, who knows. But there's some people out there that have seen the footage or the photos. My question is, how did they have access to it? Why did they watch it? And is there any backstory to how it came about? Is it just like the shower video of Noah? And furthermore, if people are saying that it will be released at some point in the future, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I honestly find it hard to believe that a video of Noah's death, if it's gory, violent, extreme, if that's going to be publicly released to the general public like a movie. I just find it hard to believe that that would be released because of how sensitive, how graphic it is. I mean, people are saying it's extreme, it's gory. I mean, we'll see about that because there can be many gory things out there, but it depends how emotionally connected you are to cases and the person. It might impact you more. I don't know if there's any details further, but we'll just continue reading. Amanda, okay, I understand that. So you didn't actually see it, but were told about it. Right, that's why we need to be clear, Vanessa says, by the people who are credible. I don't believe just anyone, I assure you. So Vanessa basically says that she hasn't seen the video, but she's been told by credible people that have seen the video from the looks of it. Laura, yes, please, make it make sense. That line's good. Okay, thank you for your replies. Busy all day. Damon Dillon, he was said to have been seen at 3 a.m. or after at the party. Taco Bell at 2 a.m. still leaves enough time to be at the party house by then. Not saying it to be fact because I don't know what is, but if Duncan is 45 minutes away or so, Google Maps, I'm not from there, then he definitely could have been in both places at the time stated. Okay. Should we do a map analysis about that from point A to point B? It probably would be a good idea, but unfortunately there is so much to cover at the moment. I don't know if there's enough time. When I do get round to it, I can do it, but it depends if things have been debunked by then or not. We'll see. Chell says, I agree that there is truth to what Dina is posting. I don't get a feeling at all that she's just a crazy lady making things up like everyone is saying. But, when you type in capital letters, exclamation marks, you're stating it as the truth and facts, but you're not backing up with hard evidence. The general public are probably going to be a bit sceptical at times and have some kind of first-hand negative impression of that person talking. It is what it is. I mean, I saw it in a different scenario in the Dylan Rounds case, and it didn't end well at all. So we'll see how it works here. Laura, could we please see your proof regarding Travis, JJ and Colton being at Taco Bell? That would clear it up. Remember, you said you saw or had it. Now, will the person go quiet or not? We'll see. Andrea. So Taco Bell Duncan is 48 minutes, 44.6 miles along the US 81 Highway 81 to Terrell, Oklahoma, 73569. Now add that teens and young adults like to speed, and some of them have posted how quickly they drive. Let's say they were at Taco Bell at 2 a.m, then maybe they left at 3 a.m. Noah went missing at 3:41 according to Jasmine Milan. A fight or jumping only lasts a couple of minutes and damage is done. Well, it depends, doesn't it, if it's a slow death or a fast one. We know that Jack Newton indicated Noah was passed away at 4 a.m, supposedly. in his message to Justin Roy. However, like many Jack Newton stories, he changes that to 5 a.m. So even if they were at Taco Bell at 3 a.m, it was still possible to be in Terrell with ample time to jump someone and do serious damage. The thing is, Andrea Love, at least from what I'm aware of, it never changed. It's always been 4 a.m. It was mentioned once and it's not really been brought up since. It might have been countered to a small extent, but the story hasn't changed. 4 a.m. stated by Jack Newton, and that was it. Said once, left. Is there more truth to that because it didn't really change? Maybe. I've never heard it mentioned that it was 5 in the morning. Never. Just 4 a.m. So, got to take that into mind. That's it of the comment thread here. You see how we're able to get through those 70 odd comments or so. For some reason, the bastards kicked me off down to the bottom. Don't know why it would do that. Yeah, weird. So I'll just try again. Let's see. Where do you see it was proven? Yeah, that's old. There is that picture of him at the party. 10 replies. Did we see all of them? I think we all know the truth. Yeah, we saw that. Pretty much saw all of that. As I said, I'm just trying to be efficient with time. There we go. This might be a new one. I could be wrong on this, but wasn't there someone named early on that had beef? When I say new, I mean, look at that. 74 bloody responses. Wow. So we'll just get through this. There's so many hidden responses as well. That's why I click on all. Don't know if he had beef with no, but jail. Right, whatever that is. Travis was in jail, then Damon is lying either. Right. So it was Travis. That's what I was thinking. How can Travis be in 2 places at once? Taco Bell, jail, Taco Bell? I know. Bit weird. Travis was there. It shows him in pictures standing right behind Noah. So he wasn't in jail that night for sure. Yeah, well, I did, just as a heads up for anyone wondering, I did get hold of the photo and images, the key stuff there regarding possibly Travis. I'll be doing my own analysis of that. I've been a bit busy today because I've also had to look at Colton Newton's supposed threatening response in a separate video, and now this, catching up as I go along. And just so people know, I do videos one by one on the topics and subjects, because if I cram it all into one video, people aren't going to see it and it won't be as focused. It's harder to concentrate and remember it all in one video. If you spread it out, it's easier to follow. I do not think he was in jail. There's a picture of him standing. Okay. Travis Monson was not in jail at the time of Noah's passing. That was already confirmed. You're right, you can't be in 2 places. He has a Taco Bell alibi now before they said he was jail. At this point, we have to rely on LE and hopefully it's all available. Travis Monson, JJ Bumpass, Colton Newton arrived at 3 a.m. Monday. Those who saw the video proof and pictures have said it's so horrific they've puked. One can only imagine. Teleportation. Right. Prayers. There's a video. Oh my god, I didn't know that. Who was Colton Newton? Jack's brother? Yes. Older brother. I guess I need to watch this YouTube video if you want to, which is reference to mine. The person named early on that was in jail, name is Cody. Oh no, not another name. There was a video proof of Noah's death. Why haven't arrests been made? Well, yeah, that would be more questionable, wouldn't it? If there is supposedly hard evidence out there and it's been there all this time in the background. That is very disappointing. Vanessa says there will be, but it's not my place to say any more about the arrest. Best thing to do is watch. But we can't watch if nothing's coming out. So really, it's about sitting and being patient and listening in if anything does come about. But that doesn't stop me, because I want to make one thing very clear. There's a time and place for everything. Not everything can be revealed, but during the times of silence and it just feels like not much is happening, but there might be a lot going on in the background, there needs to be some noise. There needs to be something of a form of activity. And don't worry, that's what I'll do when I can do videos and when there's stuff to talk about. Whether that be the surface level stuff, thinking outside of the box, you know, there might be things in the background. General public might be getting frustrated. Oh, we're being told to be calm. Oh, we've been told to believe in this. Oh, we've been told that progress has been made, but we can't see it. It's just not enough. We want more. That's understandable. In the meantime, we can do coverage about other bits and bobs along the way. You never know. It might all link together, or by doing alternative stuff, if anything in the background does backfire, at least there's something to fall back on. I saw that with the Dylan Rounds case. What else do we have? Talking about arrests, would make the guilty try to hide seriously after all that's been said in just this post alone, including names mentioned? I'm not giving any more information. You are surely entitled to believe whatever you like. I mean, what's the justice page like? How come the Noah Presgrove Army page hasn't acknowledged as much in recent time? What I mean is, all this stuff coming out now, a lot to process, is all from my video, which was reposted on the Army page, which is good. That's a big positive. It's triggered a catalyst. It is a catalyst. It's led to all these new responses coming out. Whether my video directly solved something or not, it's led to all this discussion. There's a very small chance that you wouldn't have this comment thread if it wasn't for my video being reposted on here. But then again, it would probably be scattered about anyway on other pages and posts, but it's good that it's all collecting here, accumulating, as we've seen. We've seen a progression. What else do we have? Mixed martial arts. Mixed martial arts, apparently. Maybe into mixed martial arts, where it just so happens, Laura, that there was a post by Colton Newton inquiring about, is it in Comanche or Duncan, about are there any MMA classes? I saw that post. Probably an old one. Angela, I don't live too far from Comanche. I'm just floored with the ties of all these people have to one another. Right. I hear it's crazy thing. I'm thinking it's just going to be another murder that was just going to be forgotten about. Can you describe what kind of photos there is? Oh. No. Vanessa says no. Right? Video proof for what? Or is it just more hot smoke? See, this is what the most unfortunate thing is. There will be trust issues, but it's understandable. Because whilst I wasn't around in the past, there was an intense wave, supposedly, of people posting videos. I don't know how many people have posted it, but at least a video was posted somewhere on Facebook which showed a party and someone getting attacked, a fight breaking out, and it was being pinned that that's Noah Presgrove. It turned out it wasn't, it was fake. Well, it wasn't fake, the actual fight, but it was unrelated. It was like old, outdated. It wasn't to do with Noah. But there was an intent to link Noah to that footage as a form of like fake evidence. So it got people's hopes up in a way and then dropped after. That's very unfortunate. Hopefully we don't see that again. I don't get there is any video. If so, we all know what would have already happened. Must be friends with Doctor Who. There's no video proof. If that was the case, then some sort of arrest would have been made by now. Vanessa says, actually, for your information, that will be done when the authorities decide, not you or me. Second, if you think it's smoke, don't bother with it. Move on. Look at what? You know, there's another person on here that brings up the fact she knows this and that, and lets everyone know that she knows but won't elaborate. I see a crock of shit unless you can prove with concrete evidence right there, right now, because I think you're just leading cat-mouse games. That's what Dakota has to say. Interesting. Again, how do you know it's concrete evidence? Because if there was such video proof and concrete proof and nothing has progressed, then it's be considered a hot smoke, uncredited act with no factual information or details, just here, say from your post. I was what Cody Angela. I thought there was someone that had, I don't know, bloody Cody. Who's Cody? Cody Rhodes from WWE? Probably not. Brenda, that's a nice way to put it. Vanessa, I don't have to provide proof to you. I don't know you from Adam. Where's Eve? Must have dropped the apple. And I don't owe you a single thing. 2, I'm not the person to mess with, so move along. Ooh, Vanessa Salazar getting a little bit sassy, acting like a boss. So I just suddenly transition into that. It just triggers me. Oh my God. Moving on. 3rd, do you think those who know this is true care if you or anyone doubts it? Nah, they don't. You know why? Because in the end, those guilty are on the route to hell, and believe me, they're not going to like it. If you're friends with them, pat yourself on the back. Congratulations, you're officially friends with a cold-hearted monster. Good night. That was 10 hours ago. You know what I think? It's crook of shit that you start crap with my friend Laura, and now with me. And the other person has proof. just not for you. Who knows who you are? The murderer's friend, Stevie's doggy. I mean, really, possibilities are endless. Okay, let's pretend it's hearsay, no problem. You're not getting any information that will hinder the arrest. You'll have to wait patiently no matter what you say. Is there a chain of command within this case, or more so within the No Presgrave community? I'll do a little poll on that maybe later tonight. Dakota, then stop flaunting it like you know something. If I have $100, why would I tell everyone I have $100 just so everyone knows I got $100? I really think you're just doing this for publicity, and I hope I'm wrong about that. Publicity, get real. You are sickening. So we are seeing a bit of tension and conflict as usual, but it happens. Stephanie Bacon, it wasn't Travers in jail, I think it was someone named Cody, so there's a bit of consistency there, but how significant is Cody within all of this? If it's pretty much a done deal and not relevant, then it doesn't really need to be talked about as much, does it? Can we please see Damon Dillon's proof regarding Travers and Colton being at the Taco Bell? Surely there must be a selfie somewhere or a Snapchat. People are glued to the phones nowadays, surely. I don't think there was ever a Taco Bell proof, just a narrative. Maybe. Where's the Taco Bell? Right, oh my god, so many responses. Can we please see... Okay, why is it... I think, has it glitched out or something? Because I'm sure it's like repeated some of these. Me too, I'm trying to go through all the comments. Yeah, me too at the moment. I know someone was in jail, couldn't remember who, okay. There was concrete evidence that those videos free apparently doing whatever. Why hasn't any arrest been made yet? So that's a false narrative, just want to blow smoke everywhere. Rumours, anonymous rumours. FBI is involved. Well, they're not, are they? They're on the sideline. Explosive hardcore evidence came out. People have evidence and videos. They know this and they've seen that. So far, nothing. I think it's just all hot smoke. I think it's okay. So that's pretty much it for that. At least it didn't kick me off, so we'll just scroll on down. We saw that one by Christie last time, but there are some new responses, so we'll just have a quick look there. This will go through all sides. Are you addressing all sides? Just to be clear, what you're saying, asking? Absolutely. Okay. Dina Rose, older lady you badgered, is most certainly on Noah's side. Her family enjoyed Noah for years until his suspicious and untimely demise. She has seen evidence that you/we are not privy to. You owe her an apology. So, I'm guessing that the Noah Presgrove family have seen key photos and evidence like this person called Dina has. Does that apply? I think last night people were saying that Caden Pressy's father has seen videos of Noah's death or something, or being killed on the spot and blood and gore or something. Has Alicia Lee too? I would say that there has been a silence all of a sudden in the background from my observation, so it could all tie in line, you never know. When people start going quiet, or when the story suddenly starts changing, and it's like a drastic U-turn in some way, there must be something going on in the background. Anyway, I certainly do not want to badger anyone. Ooh, badger, but not the badger. This is just a saying. And can see that many people know and love Dina Rose. I cannot tag you, but if you're reading this... Okay, so we've just got like some apology or positive comment. You can say 600 comments. My god, that's a lot, isn't it? That must have been reposted as I bloody am. But that was not an apology. Please remove this comment or forever be known as a smug. Is that an American word? No, I never really heard that or the meaning before. Don't remove it, and definitely don't feel like you need to apologise to anyone because someone else told you to do so. Oh no. Laura responds to that person. Dina did not deserve to be ridiculed by anyone. She has possibly forgotten more than you, me, or others have known. Right, not to shame anyone, but it could all be true. All she wants is justice. Right. Sorry, but I see someone dragging these young adults and make claims like this is a fun game post and not being able to back it up. I mean, yeah, it was done like a quiz show, wasn't it? Ooh, and what's this riddle that needs to be solved? Are you hot or cold, close to the truth or not? It's only because I saw it with the Kenny Veach case. So with my experience, I'm a little bit more cautious, just in case. But anyway, Laura says, Tiffany Shepherd, what you are saying holds no base. One, JJ Bumpass is known to be a compulsive liar, even by his friends. Two, he showed what proof? A screenshot of a hand that was cut that could be anyone's. And what was that whole cut about? His hand or I thought it was worded as Pekka, his friend's hand. Oh, Pekka's got a bandage on him. Or was it JJ got a bandage on him? And either way, what the fuck does it mean or link has it got to do with a bloody bite mark? A bite mark is a lot different than a fucking cut, isn't it? My goodness. What's going on? That's what I felt. I didn't feel fully satisfied from the last video or the video before that, what was done when we were looking at what JJ had to say. It was kind of like clearing it up to an extent, backing up with some kind of alibi. But then all the focus shifted onto his friend Pekka, and I'm thinking, I thought this was supposed to be about JJ. What about Travis? Okay, get your friend, reach out, Snapchat, back us up. Oh yeah, we were at B-Dub. What does B-Dub mean? Bub Wilcoxon's, a place, a bar, a restaurant. I don't know what it actually means that, if it's an abbreviation or what, slang term, whatever. Okay, a little bit of an alibi there. But what about the actual bite mark? I didn't see an actual counterpoint by JJ. It just shifted to his friend Pekka and a bottle cut. What about the tooth mark? What about the antibiotics? That wasn't mentioned or counted. And if you're supposed to be defending yourself, you should bring it up. And he didn't. Or it wasn't exactly made clear at the time from when I read it. So that's obviously very unfortunate. But let's just continue what Laura's got to say. A screenshot of him asking his friend questions. He could have easily been typing on Messenger or the phone to text back, maybe under a different account. Dina, the fraud, you say, has been proven by other people to have hold the truth, and the police has the photos and video of the morning of Monday at 3 a.m. of Travis, JJ Bumpass, and someone who hated Noah arriving at the house. And because Damon... Oops. Where are we going now? I hate it when he does that. And because Damon says Travis was at Taco Bell, lol, he was there the whole night and could have never been him. You're ridiculous, and based on your track record here and all being that you've been talked about on Reddit for being disrespectful and rude. So Tiffany Shepherd is being called out by Lauren now. Just curious, as Damon has 0 photos of him on Noah. Noah even had bump ass on his Facebook and others. Not close friends, but friends. Right? Damon, however, was not once mentioned. It is just another guy sent by Bump Ass and Travis to gather information to relay back to them and stick up for them. Even though Damon states he was never at the party, so how would he even know? Tiffany, you were never at the party, nor do you know what truly is going on. So take a seat and please mind your own business, and perhaps the Sofa Sleuth group is a better suited group for you with Stevie Howard and all the innocent poor boys. Ooh. And Vanessa agrees. Now, there is one person called Michelina, I think, who comments on my channel. They've been known to stick up and defend Jack Newton. I don't know what connection they have with Jack, if it's in real life or what. If it is, it's understandable. If it's just randomly online, I guess it is what it is, but they don't seem to, they only see it like one way. They don't see it holistically. So that can mean ignoring certain things. But do we get onto a bit more of an important point here by Vanessa? There are reputable people who can confirm Travis, JJ and Colton was at 3 a.m. on Monday on video and photos. I won't post it here, but if some of you want to believe them with no proof, as they have provided 0 proof, be my guest. What I'd like to say is, maybe it doesn't happen, but I always like to be prepared. What happens if it all backfires? If by some weird outcome that this supposed evidence falls flat on its face, that it's not true, or it turns out to be old information and it's not relevant to the case, it's in the past. You know, I know people may not agree with that, but I'm just giving a scenario. What happens if all this supposed hard evidence falls flat on its face and it's not strong enough, or it doesn't apply directly to the case, and then it's just dropped, and that something else happens, twists and turns along the way? What do people do then? Where do people go? What do they look up to? Who did they believe next? Right? It's all about being prepared for the worst case scenario, just in case. I've not even seen Justin Roy talking about it or being as vocal recently. All kinds of links going on. I don't know. We got Amy, Michelle, Tuesday, Horzempa, and what day is it today? Monday. edging ever so closer to Tuesday. Tuesday herself, one step ahead. There we go. But anyway, I think Tuesday last night said that they're broke or something, but at the end of the day, Tuesday's presence alone is priceless. Let's move on. Andrea, there was a time, actually no, I won't mention it because it just reminds me of some other random event, but anyway. Right, people thought JJ's posts were proof, sure was not proof, lol. It was messenger between him and whomever his friends were or himself or knew what the proof to me at all. I just won't outright accuse him until arrests are made, but I know what I'm seeing. What says? That bloodied hand posted could be anyone's hand and could be taken any time, but just because he is a kid to some, he is innocent. Has anyone seen the screenshots of JJ Bumpass being rude to Ashley, Noah's cousin, or backing up the sick, insulting comments Jack Newton posted on Noah's mother's Facebook? I haven't seen it, and yet I've not seen anyone reposting it either. Why is that? Considering how observant people are, and you get these critical posts being reposted, reshared, whether that be Reddit, Facebook, wherever, how come this particular stuff isn't? Why have these particular posts and activity, which has been stated has happened since Caden's timeline and stuff, why is it so under the radar? I know that could be flipped back onto me. And people say, well, why didn't you know, Raf, or why didn't you look? Because I didn't even know who these bloody people were at the time. And taking consideration, I was catching up with the other previous things to get a better idea of that. You know, it wasn't that long ago I said I was slowing down because I thought I was getting somewhere, and now it's just been loaded on with even more stuff to try and learn about. So, you know, some people are more ahead of the curve than others. It depends where you started off in this case. I don't know when Vanessa got involved with the case, started hearing about it. Maybe if I was around in 2023 onwards, I would have had a better idea. I might have been more steps ahead as well with predictions too. With the Dylan Rounds case, I was around early on, so it was a bit easier and it was necessary to try and learn, because I even said to myself in a later video, a year or two later, if anyone was to come along now, I could understand why they would have a hard time in trying to learn it all, because it is quite overwhelming. Vanessa, how they said Travis was in jail. Oh no, not this again. Sadly, I don't think many have dug that far. This just coming in. The way Jack Newton attacked a local girl about some pictures because she didn't want to believe his lies, typical shaming someone to silence, doesn't sound innocent to me at all. Those boys get real ugly as soon as you disagree, and disrespect to Noah's family is outright disgusting. JJ has said multiple times his names mean more than justice. It'd be nice to see the proof though. I was sent this yesterday. I don't use Snapchat, but look, this is Colton Newton angry and ready to fight, challenging people. Several have said he hated her. So as a matter of that, I actually have done an analysis video. I believe the video might have already been posted on my channel, and if not, it'll be coming later tonight. But don't worry, I have done a video about it. I've done an analysis, the language and the wording. It's important to look at because some people may jump the gun. I've kept it balanced. Andrea says, I'm going to say it too, a lot of these kids look as though they're juicing, which is common in sports. You mean taking steroids? I mean, there was a time and place where if you look back on my channel page, the community tab, and you look at the odd photos of my back muscle, my chest, my traps, biceps or triceps, people were accusing me of taking steroids. But then there was a little running joke in the background, harmless, where one person was saying, am I taking the TRT as well? All kinds of stuff. But some people genuinely thought that I'm on steroids, but I'm not. I don't know why. People think that unless it's just because I'm a big boy 2000, I don't know. Well, I might be big on the stomach, fat bastard I am. Anyway, let's move on. Noah didn't look like he did. I would be wrong, but that would explain why his injuries were so severe and some people couldn't fathom this being beating initially. 100% not stating as a fact at all, but if someone or several use steroids to bulk, it can cause fits of severe rage and anger. Again, not saying they do it, but if so. Basically, what that is, you're not always using steroids to bulk up. To be honest, steroids is kind of like that, being able to branch the gap, being able to surpass. Once you reach your natural potential in lifting a certain weight or just doing just a certain exercise to get to a certain size and maybe even body fat too, but you can't progress any further, you can't lift any heavier, or you can't do as much reps, you want to increase, or you simply want to increase your body size, your muscle mass, your recovery, but then you'd start taking steroids, PEDs, performance enhancement drugs, and other things along the way, SARMs, all kinds of stuff. And it just enhances you. It makes you go further, last longer, heal, recover quicker, blood flowing through more efficiently, all kinds of stuff, which eventually lead to getting bigger, growing bigger. But whilst, the steroids, testosterone levels as well, you've got to take in mind, because testosterone levels and natural stuff can drop, and then you've got to take, the replacement stuff. And if you do come off it in the future after a long time of using steroids and stuff, you need to be on some prescription of testosterone replacement, because your body can't naturally produce the normal levels as it should be because of the steroid use and other drugs along the way. I'm not an expert, but I do remember hearing about it in the past. But steroids can be associated with roid rage. Roid is short for steroids, okay? Roid rage. And I guess with high testosterone levels, even if it's not the natural levels, it's been increased, enhanced more by taking stuff, injecting things. High testosterone can make you more aggressive and more angry. You can see it with bodybuilders in gyms, getting angry, fighting. May see it in domestic situations with a guy with a female or so, and beating them and stuff. All kinds of stuff happens. But you're not always taking steroids to bulk. Bulking is the act of eating higher volumes of food, and then at some point going through the cut phase, where you kind of like cut down, but you're doing the training as well. So you put on all the size, bit of muscle too. It's kind of like adding lots of clay to a sculpture, making it bigger than what it was before, and then you start carving away at it, making it just as defined as it originally was, but with the additional mass, where it turns into muscle. There's a process to it. You do it over a period of time. I mean, have I bulked before? Not intentionally. I mean, the heaviest I've weighed is 224 pounds. At the moment, 207. In terms of the visual look, nothing special. In terms of the change from 224 to 207, it's not drastic in my opinion. It wasn't necessary, but it wasn't planned. You just eat whatever, do whatever, if you can train or not, if you're in the mood or not, take that in mind, and you just go from there. But to be honest, even if it wasn't planned, I noticed the shoulders went from 21 inches to about 22 inches, and that's taken a long time to get to that. The biceps went from 14 in the past 0.5 to about 15, stuck there. Now, in recent time, they're about 17.5 inches. The biceps around 17 more so, which is positive to see, not far off 18 inches. The calves are all right, 17.5 inches or so, around 17. The neck, 17.5 inches. The chest at one point was 48 inches, dropped down to about 44, but it goes up and down that part. Forearms, I mean, they're hard, but not good enough in my opinion. But we're going a bit off subject, but comments like this, it just makes me think. But do I think that any of the party goers or some of those that are into wrestling could have been taking stuff? Wouldn't there have been like some governing body or someone overseeing things if you're entering competitions and stuff, drug testing? I don't know when that kicks in, whether it's just the professional scene or the amateur stuff. I don't know if it applies all round, but at the end of the day, if anyone was taking enhanced stuff, PEDs and roids, led to a roid rage, increased testosterone, could lead to things escalating at the time. But whilst that's a possibility, I mean, you could start analysing people's muscle mass and how they look visually, but I think that goes into a completely different thing. That all I would say is just the fact that there was alcohol present at a party, and the fact that alcohol just itself can lead to people changing in emotions and behaviour. That's more than enough for something to escalate. Add anything else to the mix, well, yeah, chemical disaster. Laura, yes, he was all natural, probably being tested for roids. Also, he was a track and cross-country runner, which burns up calories and fat. I bet he had 2 hollow legs, as always, told my son. Could never get full. I think in terms of my legs, my quads are about 27.5 inches or so. Round that, roughly. But I don't exercise my legs. People like to take the piss out of me, whether that be, well, it's more so online, joke about people say, oh, your legs, you don't train them. And I'm like, bitch, please. My legs are fucking good as they are. Fucking big cast, don't even have to put much effort in. All under control here, bitch. You know, just off subject, but it's just that scenario of where I can understand from other people who are fucked in life. That might be genetics, or it might be other things, and they get ridiculed by people. It might be more one gender than the other. Maybe more females may take the piss and ridicule males that don't train lower legs. I've seen it all before. I've seen it online. But when it comes to me, I'm that exception, because I can say I don't do it. People can take the piss out of me, and then I can respond back and say, well, you measure them right now, big boy. You measure them. Exactly. Yeah, still bigger than yours. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you jealous that I've got a bigger developed chest than you have? Oh, my goodness. And there was a time where someone thought I was transitioning. That was another claim made online besides the steroid use. Some people thought and accused that I was taking estrogen. That's what some people said. And then there was that time where a person accused me of doxing their ginger cat. I'm not joking. This all happened in 2022 onwards in the Dylan Rounds case. It was sad and pathetic. Moving on. Andrea says, I'm not sure it's a fact, but it's just an observation. There's a lot of rage behind the crime. Yes, indeed. I said first thing, this was fueled by hate, anger and jealousy. Then another supplied the motive. Right. Laura says, I saw JJ and Jack Newton, what, in a video, photo, a post. Amanda, just trying to understand what you mean. You saw JJ and JN where? Laura says, I saw Jack Newton and JJ bump ass on another thread, demeaning Noah's mother. And to get the girls off track, Jack Newton made fun of the girl questioning him about K ... G. What? Noah, he slut-shamed her cause her dirtbag boyfriend shared some personal pictures. Oh, private ones. Jack Newton and JJ bump ass, both there in the middle lying. Right, so Laura says she saw it in another thread. What thread? What page? The army page? The justice page? The sofa sleuth group page? The case discussion page? Which one? A lot can happen, but if it's elsewhere and there's no reference, it's hard to track and trace. Andrea says, makes me so sad you see a young man without privilege become an athlete. Okay, so that's pretty much, exactly. Roid rage. I mean, there are people out there that can look very defined, but they might not have much muscle mass. There's different ways of looking at it. Steroids can make you much bigger, bulkier, really muscular, like the typical bodybuilders you would think of. But then there are other people out there that can take steroids, not as big, but a lot more defined, lean, vascularity, with all the veins showing. That can be quite a dead giveaway, and even in the stomach area too. There's a lot of fake people out there that claim to be natural, also known as natty, when they're not. People that are part of Gymshark and other companies out there say that they're natural, but they're not, but they can't reveal it because it's part of the contract in the background. I can understand that, but still, it's deceiving. It messes people's mindsets up. High expectations, false ones, don't do anyone any good. But there will be some people out there that will take steroids and they're seen as natural. And obviously that's the worst case scenario, the biggest insult in a way. You're supposed to take steroids to enhance yourself if you want to. If you want to fast track or you've reached your potential maximum naturally. And if people say that you look natural and yet you're on steroids, oh my God, I'd hang myself, shoot myself first, then hang myself, then blow myself up afterwards. No way. Would I ever take steroids? The reason why I can't be bothered taking steroids is the fact is, once you stop, you basically lose it all, and you will lose it a lot quicker. So like when you had lockdown, the virus outbreak, those that were going to the gym regularly and some taking steroids, as soon as they stopped, they lost basically all of it, back to square one. But when it comes to me, whenever I'm doing exercise, however infrequent it is, I get so far, then I stop. Do I lose it all? No, it's still there. It might just fade away slightly, but it's still all there. And then when I come back, it's not as bad and it appears again quick. So that's a better position to be in. If you took steroids, yeah, you get big, or you get defined. You still got to put the effort in still, or to an extent, but it makes it a little bit easier and a fast track too. But then as soon as you stop, not good. And if you do it long term, there's side effects too. Yeah, it's what it is. Laura, first, I'm not part of the investigation. Second, I believe Dina, Rose and Vanessa, what they say confirms what I saw, I felt in my gut. So if I could see what I would refuse, because with his injuries, it appears to be an MMA cage fight to know his last breath. And for that, I hope all homicides fry. Couldn't imagine seeing those images. I really hope they're closer to solving it. Gut feeling says yes. There was a true gut to brain connection Noah felt. The thing is, you know when people say trust your gut? When I've trusted my gut, I've ended up being wrong. It's a fucking joke. I remember I was on a walk once and my gut feeling was to turn right, so I did, and I went down the wrong way and I thought, well, that's stupid then. Trust me. Typical, my gut ends up going the wrong way. Caroline, what sick, insulting comments. I've missed that. Okay, posted them before. Jack is a monster. How come every day I see more and more evidence that puts them Newton boys right there at the time of my son's death? Jack Newton told me he was sleeping at 1 a.m, but the video I have puts him at the party after 1. Why, Jack Newton, did you lie to me? Was that what the mother of Noah Presgrove said? If so, I do remember seeing that in the past. Okay. I'll just zoom in for this one. On Facebook, Jack Newton says to Ariana Anderson, that's not the point, it's just stupid how all of you are accusing and all this stuff making a bad situation worse. Araya says, I'm sorry if you don't remember from all the drinking, but I never taught to you in school. We didn't even have any classes senior year. No, I don't F with liars, Jack. Jack says, okay, how many times did your nudes get leaked on school? Oh no, not a situation. Why is it with people taking photos all over the place and the complications that come with it? See, this is the thing. Obviously, it's not the same situation, but this thing, you know, my chest, my back, my nipples, if someone was to blackmail me and say, we're going to leak your chest, we're going to leak your back, we're going to leak your legs, your quads, your calves, and I'm like, and? They're already there on YouTube. I'm the only person on YouTube that has a custom emoji of my own chest, nipples and back in the bloody membership tab. You know, I've literally plastered myself there. What a whore-like Raph. But in all seriousness, what I'm getting at is, if someone tried blackmailing me, not going to work, is it? But it's when you're in a different situation, a more sensitive one. And obviously, it really does differ from gender to gender based off certain things, but you know, it's one of those things. If you put yourself out there or you're in the presence of other people, you put your trust in them, you reveal too much, whether it be stories, personal things, anything really, and you open up, then that other person that's listening in should have the responsibility and the respect to keep it private, but it doesn't always turn that way. And it's that typical thing of, if it ever does backfire in the future, or they start changing in behaviour, they could start using it as revenge against them. It's like you give people material or you just open up and then they can turn that into ammunition and weaponise it against you. It can be very damaging. Mainly tends to be online because of the digital aspect and how you can spread things. But I remember in high school when they were saying how if you are friends with anyone, No matter how close you are with people, never lend them or give or share your password to them on websites or accounts or anything, because they could always hack into you in the future. If they turn on you or you have a disagreement with them, they can use it against you. So, doesn't look good. What goes on here? Try and zoom on out because it's glitching a bit. Okay. Ariana says to Jack, what do nudes have to do with your supposed best friend dying? I know I'm striking a nerve with you right now, but that doesn't mean you'll hit mine. Do you want to hear me say I was a slut my freshman year? Because I was. Quite frankly, that doesn't help in solving a murder, does it? Now, if we want to bring up everyone's past, you don't have the best track record when it comes to hitting and quitting. What does that mean? Does that mean that a person can't pull out in time, that they release themselves internally? I don't know, maybe I'm misunderstanding this, but it just sounds a little bit dodgy in a way. Or does it mean that the person doesn't last long? I don't know where we're going, bloody hell. Julie, you truly are a piece of work. Whether you are involved or not, you're still living your best life like Noah didn't exist. See, it's good that these screenshots are being provided now because it just reveals a different side to Jack, and it's just one of those which I've not seen until now, right? Hence the delayed reaction. But let's see what Jack has to say. Better than sending nudes and the entire Stephens County seeing them. Why were nudes sent publicly to everyone, or were they leaked or something? Looks like I may have upset you some. I know what I see, hon. It must have been hard living in someone's shadow. Uh-oh. What else do we have here? Being suspected of murder, totally two different ballparks. The fact that these people that weren't close to Noah are fighting for justice way harder than his supposed friend speaks volumes. That's a fair point now, we've seen it a bit. Jack responds to Madison saying, I don't know where you heard I was suspected of murder, but that's not true, and I have been, but not posting about it on Facebook. Maybe on the post we're commenting on. Did you hear that from any cop? Well, there's a lot of them, isn't there? What's this one? Did you hear that from any cop? Casey Smith. So Casey Smith, I believe, is Noah Presgrove's mother, and says to Victor Presgrove, you didn't want to ass? You was drunk and tired at 9 p.m, remember? Casey says to Jack, I love you too, Jack, but it hurts when Yowl's last name is involved in everything. Yowl took evidence, guns, and you lied to me about what time you was asleep. I hope Yowl are not involved. I pray about it, but justice will prevail. Oh, Yowl took evidence, guns. Okay, the gun situation, Renee Millan, supposedly. How is that Jack Newton's fault? I don't get that bit. The evidence part, Yowl took evidence. What, the guns as evidence or more? The shorts in the middle of the road? Noah's wallet? Noah's hat? Noah's shirt? Noah's other Adidas shoe? What does Casey Smith mean by other evidence? Or just evidence in general and guns? Interesting. What else do we have? Casey says, if you would come forwards now and tell the truth, then maybe God might take mercy on your soul. You may not have killed him, but I know for a fact you're helping to cover it up. Wow. And this is like 45 weeks ago, if not longer, so it's not exactly recent. It's quite shocking. I wish it was like posted at another point, so I would have seen it quicker, but never mind. If you'd come forward, tell the truth, yeah, a little time is better than a lifetime or death penalty. I have several witnesses to back that up. Really? Kelsey says, if there is nothing to hide, every single kid at the party any day of the entire weekend should hand their phones over and take a lie detector test. It is one of my lifetime best friends. I would be right there with my best friend, mother and family. Rochelle, I don't know why Carson thinks it's laughing matter. Murder is serious. Okay, what do we have here? Tracy to Jack, and everyone sends nudes. if your little girlfriend doesn't send you any, sorry. I think what's more concerning is to say in brackets, if your little girlfriend doesn't send any inappropriate photos. I'm guessing little means the height of the person and not the age, because if it means little as in a child, probably not the best way to word that, Tracy. But I think to say that generalization of everybody sends unclothed photos is absolutely ridiculous, because there are some humans out there that have higher standards than others, and there's a time and place for everything, of course. But I don't know what's going to come out next. In 2025, everybody owns an OnlyFans account. It's a part of the job description. It's what you need to be assigned to at birth. As soon as you're born in this world, you got to set up an OnlyFans account. How fucked up is this world going to get? My God. OnlyFans cancer. God damn it. People talk about inequalities with pay gaps and stuff in sports, but if they go to OnlyFans immediately, they'll make a lot more than men do. Let's be realistic. Jesus Christ. The hypocrisy with humans, the double standards. Common sense, not there. But I don't know, why are we obsessing about all of this with the photos and stuff? It's a bit weird. Trusted with the wrong person, then has an arsehole like you sharing her. She trusted someone with private pictures and some douchebag shared them. However, you're trying to shame her. Your character's horrible. You are disgusting. I don't know how you or anyone involved and called the same thing before reading and hearing everything. I'll just say Noah would still be here if he wasn't with you that night. We've got some bold words coming out now. What else do we have? Came here from a YouTube channel called Yellow Tapes. All evidence points to you, mate, Jack. You murdered him. You and your dad did. We want justice for this young man, Noah, from the UK. So Crane Sean is from UK. And Rhea says, murder, you'll get what's coming to you. This is now 6 weeks ago. So what the hell is this page on? Where is this actually at, this page? What page? Amy, seen them before. Nobody cares about a girl's nudes, Jack. She is beautiful and has nothing to be ashamed of. The person who should be judged is the one who shared them. Julianson, looks like I may have upset you some. No, I see. Okay. Saw that one there. In someone's shadow, and Jack responded back to saying, you haven't upset me. I could care less about what a crackhead thinks of me. This might be the Dylan Rounds case. Insult references to people. Julie, you think I'm a crackhead or referring to Casey? You don't know me, do you? Jack says, you've got to be on something when you're 50 acting like a teenager. Right, so, this is the side to Jack Newton maybe not everybody does see, so it's good of Vanessa Salazar to share this because it might not be entirely accessible. Actually, what does that say? There's like a green box there, top left, 150. Does that mean 1 hour 50 minutes on call? Oh my God, you're going to go over your phone bills. Naughty, naughty. Casey Smith, damn, just new things keep coming out of your mouth. You didn't tell me this, you lied to me about so much. I'm hurt about you Jack. I also considered you as a son and part of our family. So there seems to be betrayal here. Well, okay, don't know where you're getting that, but okay, sure, wish I was acting like a teenager instead of trying to get justice for a poor young man laying in the ground. Kristen Smith, I'd rather my nudes be floating around than my best friend dead 6 foot under while y'all continue to party and live your life like nothing happened. Noah doesn't get that chance anymore. His family doesn't get to hug him ever again. If anyone of y'all half a damn about him, you'd speak instead of point him. Oh no, Caleb shows up in a second. K. Smith, thank you. Caleb says, this is all gross and false. Alison says, getting real close to the truth, you already have a couple of deaths under your belt. Or is that the reference to the 7-year-old girl at Warwick Lake 2020? How you skated charges running that 7-year-old drunk on the boat beyond me with the propeller. That's just one instance. I think you played a major part in Noah's murder. Renee handled cleanup. You're not just covering for your kid, you're covering for yourself. You had plenty of blood on your hands over alcohol. Yeah, it's getting real tense, this. Whilst Emily Kerr says your son and your entire family includes you. Your truth, you already have a couple of deaths under your belt. We've seen that before. Okay. You and your son and entire family including you are gross and false. That's by Amelie. Crane, we want justice. Ashley Chadwick, 45 weeks ago, say, well, isn't there another son? What? I don't know what's going on there. Oh, and here we go. JJ Bumpass. The ass shows up, saying to Ashley Chadwick, but, I thought there was so much proof against Jack. Now it's Colton. Y'all want so bad for it to be a Newton for what? Can only imagine how crazy y'all will when this doesn't end up being the headline scandal y'all want it to be. Leave them boys alone and let the investigators solve the case. You know, since there was a job and not yours. So if we was to play a game of bingo today, I know it's not a game, but just as like figure of speech, we've got nudes, we've got yowl, and we've got trust the process. A lot of keywords and buzzwords coming up. What is going on? Anyone got a full house yet? I hate how that little comment thread keeps popping up on screen in the way. I've got to keep moving it left and right. Ashley Chadwick says, I'm studying law. I'll be taking the bar soon. Stay cute though. And that's to JJ Bumpass. I don't know what it is with language online. Maybe when I go about things, it's a bit more formal. I guess everyone reacts differently. But JJ Bumpass says to Ashley, I studied math in high school and I promise you don't want me teaching your kids math. Stay cute, though, girly. Ashley says, believe me, I always do. There's very back and forth. Right, I think that's it for the screenshots now. Ah, shit. Being kicked off. Get off. There we go. We were zooming out a bit too much then. This is Noah's mum's post. Right. There's quite a lot to that. Everyone wonders why the boys get no respect, but Kane Pressey does. My God, look at the way they're speaking to Noah's family. Yeah. Exactly what I was referring to. I was proud of her for not letting up. Yeah, it's typical misogyny, the type of stuff spoiled boys do to get their way with girls. I'm so glad she didn't back down. He really tried to shame her, like being accused of being a slut is worse than possibly being involved in murder. It's wild and gross. Some of those laughing emojis on the mum's comments are from other friends. To be honest, there'll be some exceptions where you can be a murderer and a slut. You know, there's all kinds of crossovers in this world. It's not just one-sided. I take the piss at times, whore like Raph, but reality is I'm not because, it's self-explanatory. And as well, anyone was wondering, Warlike Raph is not on OnlyFans, in case anyone was wondering. Charles says, yep, exactly. These kids may not all be involved, but the smart mouse and bad attitudes are not helping them. I don't think these kids know how big this would get at the time, and it's why they were trying to bully the family back then. Oh, you think that's why they've quietened down now because they don't want to be looked or judged the same way? Okay. Yeah, they don't want to be put under a microscope, but it's too late because that digital trace has been noted. Just would have been nice if, like when people go on about Jack or even JJ, these screenshots, what we saw above by Vanessa Salazar, it's a shame other people didn't make references to them earlier on, like weeks, months ago, unless no one knew about it, but I think people did. It's just, other people will repost this photo or that photo and regurgitate it till the cows come home, but it'd been good to see these other screenshots of conversations, because you can hear about supposed stuff going on in the background, but if you don't know what page it's from, then you'll just never find it, really. Absolutely appalled by the way they've spoken to others in general, but to see them speak to Noah's family like that has just blown my mind. Son is 19, not any of his friends would ever speak to each other families like that. Been raised better. Okay? Right. Colton could use a course or two in anger management. I hope people report his threats to police. He could use some time behind bars in prison. Sadly, prison only exacerbates the problem, however. Right. Whew. That was actually a really long post, in all fairness. And once again, it's kicked me off. Right, so we've seen that one. We all know the geofencing. Right. Did anyone else wonder pronouncing JJ's last name was on purpose, or do you think it was just a bit? Okay. So Tracy Gann says, does anyone else wonder if the way Warlike Ruff, how he was pronouncing JJ's last name was on purpose, or do you think that it's just the way he would say it? Vanessa, he was joking. It is, however, bump ass, so he just made the S louder. I couldn't hardly listen to it from Laugh So Hard. Not laughing at JJ. Okay. Me Too, his accent's incredible. Appreciate that, Vanessa. I seriously do think he placed emphasis harder to get to the point, and he is honest. Well, the reason why I say it, I'm actually saying it natural, in case anyone was wondering. You know, if people thought I was just messing about. No, I'm actually saying it naturally because, you know, I'm just thinking, if you're American and the way they say certain stuff anyway, it's just like natural now, because what people need to take in mind, because I do so many accents sometimes, because I do such a good job with them, it actually becomes part of my normal voice. It's like I actually use a lot of American terms and words in normal life accidentally, right? Slip of the tongue or transitioning into an all-American, I don't know, but I mean, I don't know, it just happens. It's like when you see the word mall, I am going to the mall. No, it's like, I'm going to go to the mall. I'm going to go and get a coffee. It's just, I don't know, it's just natural when it comes out of the mouth, really. I mean, bump ass is spelt with one S, so yeah, it would be bump ass. As bump ass. Ass. It's the same thing, man. Doesn't really matter. I mean, are there any other names out there which could be a bit dodgy in pronouncing them? I mean, when you had Brylan Sweat, BS, I thought at first it meant bullshit. You got Jack. I'm surprised no one said jack shit. You know, there's so many bloody play on words. I mean, it really does bring me back to the Dylan Rounds case, where there were so many nicknames for different characters in the case. It was absolutely unreal. I've not come up with any nicknames in this case or community just yet, but if there's a time and place, I'm sure I'll think of something. Don't you worry. I mean, you could call Tuesday, my Wi-Fi's broken, something, I don't know. But I think Tuesday's got that under control now, so there's no issues there. I think people's internets are okay at the moment. I think the notifications are working a little bit better now than they were some weeks ago. That's obviously another positive. Sometimes, you know, more than one video in a day can be detrimental to the channel and the stats, only because YouTube doesn't want to push the videos out there. And it's unfortunate if you need to spread awareness. But there's so much going on. Sometimes 2 videos have to be done in a day. It is what it is. Some very interesting points today, though. Big shout out to Vanessa Salazar for providing those screenshots, because it just adds another layer. Yeah, some people may have seen it in the past. I haven't. And I probably never would have seen it if it wasn't for Vanessa with those screenshots. It really does put in perspective Jack Newton's attitude, right? You see him talking elsewhere, he may sound a little bit robotic, or may sound a bit like subdued, talking in a normal or slow voice or so. Oh, he doesn't seem that bad, but then you see it in text, sounds a lot worse. Is that really it of all the comments here? I'm a bit surprised. I think we got through quite a lot there. Get off. What we can do just very quickly out of interest would be... What's the newest post? Anything? I don't know what that is. Comment from Jack Newton at 5:30 called 911. We heard the dispatcher say Tyler at 5:53. Is that timeline in the past? According to Jack Newton, this is when the 911... I can't even read that. According to Jack Newton, this is when the 911 call was made to report Noah's death. Yeah, I've never heard that before, but take in mind this is an old timeline. I mean, it says at 5:53. That's all about the Caleb Newton and Jack Newton situation, calling about telling he's overslept. But we saw it in a text message at 5:53, not a call. Don't be too confused by this timeline. This is an old one. This is what I came across early on when I was first learning about the case. But to be honest, I don't know how old this really is, because I came in at 2024, didn't I? Like 3 or 4 months ago. And that's when I came across this. So I don't know if this was created long before I was even around. If so, it would make sense why it's outdated, but I don't know. I wouldn't look too deep into it at the moment, personally. Some people are interested, though. You can let me know what you think down below. We'll leave it there for now, though, because I wasn't too sure how long this video was going to be as for, you know, like discussions and stuff, because I still have the other video on the way, or if it's already been uploaded. I really don't know what order to do it in. I mean, this video is probably longer, so it would benefit people more to be able to hang out and talk. But the other video is arguably kind of important. But I think because of Vanessa Salazar and her presence in a good way, I think it has helped strengthen the importance of this video single-handedly just by those screenshots. So I might alter the name or the title to some discussions and the dark side of Jack Newton, right? Because I couldn't go all in before. Well, I just couldn't be too negative of Jack in a way because I didn't see that material which reinforced it. But I have seen a portion of it today. So there's a reason behind it to title it, word it a certain way. So that's all good there. Yeah, there's so much more to cover, but there's time for everything. Appreciate people's patience, though, because it is quite full on. There's a lot to take in. There's a lot to remember as well. And with more and more things come on out, old or new news just adds to the load. But you just do what you can. Just do what you can. No pressure there. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, whenever that is. Goodbye. Good night for now.